Did you know that nearly 70 million Americans struggle with sleep disorders? And you might be one of them without even realizing it. If you've been lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, or waking up feeling like you never slept at all, you're not alone. Hey, today on KB Blue Tree, we're diving deep into the science of sleep hygiene and how small changes can transform your nights and your life. Welcome back to KB Blue Tree, where we break down complex health topics into actionable strategies you can start using today. I'm thrilled you're here because sleep is one of those foundational pillars of health that affects absolutely everything. Your mood, your productivity, your relationships, even your physical health, all depend on the quality of sleep you're getting each night. Over the next several minutes, we're going to explore why so many of us are struggling with sleep, what sleep hygiene actually means, and most importantly, what you can do about it starting tonight. We'll also share an incredible transformation story from one of our viewers, Lynn C., who went from chronic insomnia to sleeping like a baby in just 6 weeks. So make sure you stick around until the end. And if you find this valuable, please like and subscribe to KB Blue Tree for more insightful content. Problem. Let's talk about what's really happening when you can't sleep. Sleep hygiene isn't just about feeling tired, it's about the cascade of problems that poor sleep creates in your life. When you're not getting quality rest, your body goes into a state of chronic stress that affects every system in your body. Your brain needs sleep to consolidate memories, process emotions, and clear out toxins that build up during the day. Without adequate sleep, you're essentially running on a computer that never gets to clear its cache. You become forgetful, irritable, and unable to focus on even simple tasks at work or home. But it goes deeper than just feeling foggy. Poor sleep hygiene disrupts your hormones in ways that make you hungrier, particularly for sugary and fatty foods. Studies show that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night have significantly higher levels of ghrelin, a hunger hormone, and lower levels of leptin, which tells you when you're full. This hormonal imbalance is why you find yourself reaching for that extra coffee, that afternoon candy bar, or that late-night snack. Your body is desperately trying to get energy from anywhere it can because it's not getting the restoration it needs from sleep. Over time, this pattern contributes to weight gain, insulin resistance, and even type 2 diabetes. The immune system takes a major hit too. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces fewer cytokines, which are the proteins that fight infection and inflammation. This means you're more susceptible to catching every cold and flu that goes around. And when you do get sick, it takes longer to recover. And let's not forget about the mental health impact. Chronic sleep problems are strongly linked to anxiety and depression, creating a vicious cycle where poor sleep makes you anxious, and anxiety makes it even harder to sleep. You might find yourself dreading bedtime because you know you'll be lying there with racing thoughts, watching the minutes tick by on your clock. The really frustrating part is that most people with sleep problems have tried the obvious solutions. You've probably already tried going to bed earlier, cutting out caffeine, or taking melatonin supplements. But sleep hygiene is so much more nuanced than these simple fixes, and that's why we need to look at the complete picture. Your bedroom environment, your daily habits, your light exposure, your stress management, even what time you eat dinner, all play crucial roles in your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. When any one of these factors is out of balance, it can throw off your entire sleep cycle. And here's what makes it even more challenging. Our modern lifestyle is essentially designed to destroy good sleep hygiene. We're surrounded by blue light from screens. We work irregular hours. We eat dinner late. We're constantly stressed and connected to work through our phones. Our ancestors didn't have these problems because their lives naturally aligned with the sun's rhythm. But we've created an environment that fights against our biological need for consistent, restorative sleep, and now we're paying the price. Solutions. Now let's get into the practical solutions that actually work. The first and most important element of good sleep hygiene is creating a consistent sleep schedule. I mean every single day, including weekends. Your body has an internal clock called your circadian rhythm, and it thrives on consistency. When you go to bed and wake up at the same time daily, you're essentially training your body to know when it's time to produce melatonin, and when it's time to wake up naturally. Start by choosing a wake-up time that works for your life, and stick to it religiously. Then count backwards 7 to 9 hours to find your ideal bedtime, and commit to that window every night. Next, let's talk about light exposure, which is absolutely critical for sleep hygiene. So within 30 minutes of waking up, Get yourself outside for at least 10 to 15 minutes of natural sunlight. This morning light exposure tells your brain that it's daytime and sets your circadian rhythm for the entire day. On the flip side, you need to dramatically reduce your light exposure in the evening, especially blue light from screens, 2 to 3 hours before bed. Start dimming the lights in your home and switch your devices to night mode. Or better yet, put them away entirely. If you must use screens, invest in blue light blocking glasses that filter out the wavelengths that suppress melatonin production. Your bedroom environment needs to be optimized for sleep, and this is where many people are unknowingly sabotaging themselves. Your room should be cool, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, because your body temperature naturally drops when you sleep. It should be as dark as possible, using blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out any light pollution from outside. And it needs to be quiet, either naturally or with the help of a white noise machine or fan. Remove any screens from your bedroom, including your TV. But if you use your phone as an alarm, consider switching to a traditional alarm clock. Your bedroom should be associated with only two things: sleep and intimacy. Now let's address what you're putting into your body. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, which means if you have coffee at 4 p.m., half of that caffeine is still in your system at 10 p.m. Cut off all caffeine consumption at least 8 hours before bedtime. And be aware that caffeine hides in places like chocolate, tea, and some medications. Alcohol is another sleep disruptor that people often misunderstand. While it might help you fall asleep faster, alcohol significantly reduces REM sleep, which is the restorative stage where your brain processes emotions and consolidates memories. If you do drink, stop at least 3 to 4 hours before bed and limit yourself to 1 or 2 drinks maximum. Your eating schedule matters too. Heavy meals within 3 hours of bedtime force your digestive system to work hard when it should be resting. Try to have your last substantial meal at least 3 hours before bed, and if you need a light snack, choose something with protein and healthy fats that won't spike your blood sugar. Exercise is incredibly beneficial for sleep, but timing matters. Regular physical activity can help you fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper sleep, but intense exercise too close to bedtime can be stimulating. Aim to finish any vigorous workouts at least 4 hours before bed, though gentle stretching or yoga can actually help you wind down. Create a wind-down routine that signals to your body that sleep is coming. This could include taking a warm bath or shower, which causes your body temperature to drop afterward and promotes sleepiness. The key is consistency. Doing the same calming activities in the same order each night trains your brain to recognize that sleep is approaching. If you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes, don't just lie there getting frustrated. Get up, go to another room with dim lighting, and do something quiet and boring until you feel sleepy, then return to bed. This prevents your brain from associating your bed with wakefulness and frustration. And finally, manage your stress and anxiety during the day so it doesn't follow you to bed. Keep a worry journal where you write down concerns earlier in the evening. Practice mindfulness or meditation, and consider working with a therapist if anxiety is significantly impacting your sleep. Success story. Let me tell you about Lynn C., one of our KB Blue Tree community members who completely transformed her sleep. Lynn had suffered from chronic insomnia for over 5 years, often lying awake until 2 or 3 a.m., then dragging herself out of bed at 6 a.m. for work. She was exhausted, irritable, and had gained 20 pounds because she was constantly craving energy from food. Lynn tried everything from sleeping pills to expensive supplements, but nothing created lasting change, and she discovered sleep hygiene and decided to implement every strategy we've discussed today with absolute commitment. She started with a consistent sleep schedule. It's going to bed at 10:30 p.m. and waking at 6:30 a.m. every single day, even on weekends. She got morning sunlight exposure during her coffee on the porch, stopped all caffeine after noon, and removed every screen from her bedroom. Lynn created a wind-down routine that included a warm shower, reading for 20 minutes, and 5 minutes of deep breathing. She also started exercising in the morning instead of evening and moved her dinner time to 6 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. Within just 2 weeks, Lynn noticed she was falling asleep within 15 minutes most nights. By week 4, she was sleeping through the night consistently for the first time in years. Now, 6 weeks later, Lynn reports that her energy is incredible. She's lost 12 pounds without dieting, Her mood has improved dramatically. Her relationships have gotten better because she's no longer constantly exhausted and irritable. The most amazing part is that Lynn didn't need medication or expensive treatments. She simply applied the principles of good sleep hygiene consistently, and her body remembered how to sleep naturally. If Lynn can do this after 5 years of chronic insomnia, you absolutely can too. Call to action, so here's what I want you to do tonight. Choose 3 strategies from today's video that resonate with you most and commit to implementing them starting immediately. Maybe it's setting a consistent bedtime, getting morning sunlight, and removing screens from your bedroom. Write these 3 things down right now and make them non-negotiable for the next 2 weeks. Remember, sleep hygiene isn't about perfection. It's about consistency and creating an environment where your body can naturally do what it's designed to do. Your sleep is the foundation of everything else in your life: your health, your happiness, your productivity, and your relationships. If you found this guide helpful, please like this video and subscribe to KB Blue Tree for more insightful content on health and wellness. Drop a comment below telling us which sleep hygiene strategy you're most excited to try, or share your own sleep transformation story to inspire others in our community. And if you know someone who's struggling with sleep, share this video with them, because everyone deserves to experience the life-changing power of quality rest. Thanks for watching KB Blue Tree, and here's to your best sleep ever. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video.